Hello beaders, it's Jerry. Welcome back to Beachside Bee Boutique. And if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and you will be notified of all my uploads. And on this channel I do jewelry DIYs, bead hauls, and bead unboxing videos. So if that's something you would like, please subscribe. And also I do have a website, which is beachsidebeeboutique.com, and a lot of the items that I make on this channel with you guys, I do sell on my website. So if you would, please go check that out. I would greatly appreciate it. So on today's video, I am going to be making a memory wire choker. Now, I did not know this was a thing that existed until recently, and when I saw it, of course, I had to buy it. I love making memory wire bracelets, so I figured the choker would be just as fun. So that's what we're going to make today. So I did buy this pack of memory wire choker, but unfortunately, I did throw away the package without thinking. But this is Beadalon, and it's an extra large choker, and I will link that in my description box. I did get this from Amazon. And then also you're going to need some jump rings, and I'm going to use silver. You will need some silver chain. And then I do have these packs of the James beads that you get from Walmart. So I had the purple and the bluish. So it's Hydrangea and Tidepool, which sounds very nice. So those are the two colors that I think I'm going to be using in this bracelet, or this bracelet. You see, I got memory wire bracelet stuck in my head. Okay, this choker. And then I do have memory wire cutters, and I got this from Amazon. And then also I have my flat nose pliers, round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, so just whatever I'm going to use. I'm not sure. I have my other tools right here on the side of me, so I will let you all know what I use, or will be linked in the description box. And then this is the pendant that I'm going to use for this choker. I thought the colors were really pretty, and actually this was an earring. And I can't remember exactly where I got this. It's been a little while ago. It might have been from Temu. So if I find it, I will link it. And like I said, this was an earring, but I just thought the colors in these bead packs would be really cute with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, when you cut your memory wire, let me go ahead and take this out. Now I did buy memory wire cutters because I've always been using my wire cutters, but I noticed they are getting bent and damaged from that because memory wire is a lot thicker. And then this memory wire for the choker is even thicker than the bracelet, so it is quite sturdy, and it was a lot harder to go through with my plain wire cutters. So I bought these, and I do make quite a bit of memory wire bracelets, so I figured this would just come in handy, and I have used it already. So let me go ahead, and I'm just going to cut this, I think just a little bit. So you slightly want to overlap. So see, this ends here. So you want to just overlap slightly. So it's one full round. And you see how easy that cuts with these shears? They work really good. Okay, let me show you the two chokers that I previously have made. So I made this one. And I actually have worn this, and I have gotten a lot of compliments on it when I wore it the other day. So I just really like this. It was easy. I mean, it's just, you know, the same pattern throughout with the plumeria flower. But I put this on a larger jump ring just so that it would, you know, swing back and forth, because I didn't want it like right, you know, up here to where there's no movement at all. And then I did, see, I overlapped it a little bit, but then I did also put jump ring and lobster clasp with a chain, just to make it more secure. And then if you kind of want to, you know, extend it a little bit, like if you wanted to pull it down, which, I mean, it's memory wire, so we know memory wire is going to retain its shape, but just more so for, you know, stability, so that it wouldn't just, you know, fall off your neck. So I really like this one. And then I also made this one. And then see, this one I cut a little bit shorter and still added the chain and lobster clasp with the jump ring at the end. But I actually think I like it better like this, where it's overlapping, and I'm still going to have the chain and the jump ring and lobster clasp for security. But I just think it looks a little finished, you know, more finished with this one. But see, this one I added, I can hold it up, I added just a couple of bead caps just right down here toward the flower, just to give it a little bit more of a focal. But I really like these, and they're really easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm first going to go ahead and open these bead packs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. I'm going to open these bead packs, and then I'm going to figure out my pattern that I want to go with my pendant. And then I'm going to come back and show you, and we're going to work on this together. I just wanted to show you the nice assortment of beads that you get with the Jesse James pillow packs that you get from Walmart. I mean, this is, you know, just really nice. I mean, you get, you know, toggle clasp and you know, these nice pretty beads and little flower tassels. I mean, you know, a lot of components as well as beads, and even bead caps. See, and this one has the gold components, and this one has silver. So I'm going to see what I come up with here, but I just wanted to show you guys what came out of the packs. Okay, so I did plan out, this is how I want my focal to be. So I'm going to start it off like this, and then see how far that takes us on the choker. And then I might just use maybe some plain seed beads just to, you know, fill up the rest. So this is just going to be in the front focal. And I also did get a bead stopper, because I'm not going to loop this right now, because I'm going to work on both ends so that I get this right in the middle. And I'm probably going to count my beads as I go so that there's the same amount on both sides. All right, so I'm going to leave this, and I'm going to take a large jump ring and open this up. And this is how you open a jump ring. Close, open. And then I'm going to take my pendant, and I could go ahead and just close this. Make sure it's closed all the way good, nice and tight, so it doesn't slip off the wire. And And then I'm going to attach this to my wire. Okay. And of course, when we get the beads on and everything, it's going to sit just where we want it. Okay. So then I'm just going to start stringing the beads as I normally would with a memory wire bracelet. And I'm just going to look at it as I go and make sure everything is looking right before I get too far down the line and then have to take off a bunch of beads because I don't like the way it looks. Okay, so far I think that's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Okay, I like that. I'm going to work on both sides at the same time so that they match each other. Okay, so I'm going to work on both sides at the same time and put the exact same beads on each side. Now remember to keep checking as you go. Make sure you like how it looks. Make sure that each side mirrors each other so that you don't get too far ahead and then have to take a bunch of beads off. I really like how this looks. Okay, now I'm gonna put a bead stopper on this end here while I work on this end because I don't want all these beads to fall off. That would be very frustrating, wouldn't it? Now, as you get to the end, you want to make sure that you hold the beads as you're putting more beads on, so your beads don't go flying off. You'll like that. All right, I'm going to put another bead stopper. I'm going to put a bead stopper on this end. Before I take off that end, so that these don't come off. Okay, and then you could kind of adjust it. Push that down a little bit. Okay, let's look at it and make sure the pattern is correct. Now we can go ahead and add it's always hard to know when you're doing this memory wire because you don't want to put too much, you know, to where when you make your loop it's going to overlap or, you know, crush the bead, but then you don't want to put too little to where there's a, you know, big old gap and it's moving around. Now this memory wire, this necklace is very, very sturdy. Like it's really, really sturdy. Now I'm gonna, I don't know, that is a lot left. I don't know if I could put on another bead. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. Now we could turn it either way. We could turn it up or down. Honestly, I think I'm going to turn it downward. So in. Now you want to put your round nose pliers at the very edge of the memory wire, like this. Make sure you have a good grab on it. And then with your thumb, you're going to keep your thumb here, like against the round nose pliers, so that you kind of guide the round nose pliers with your thumb. Because it's, like I said, it's very sturdy. Okay, now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and smash the loop in at the bottom. Make sure it's flush to the other side. Okay, you see how it's closed. Okay, now go to the other side. Okay, so this is our finished memory wire choker. I really like this. I really like how this came out. I think this is very pretty. Looks really nice with the pendant. Okay, so I'm going to take just a little piece of my chain. So that much. I mean, you could make it as long or as short as you want to. You don't even have to put the chain if you don't want to. You can just overlap this more when you cut it and not even use the chain at all. Like I said, I just want the chain and jump ring and clasp just to reinforce it. Okay, open and close your jump ring. Like that. And then put your lobster clasp on. And then close your jump ring. Make sure it's closed good. Okay. And then we're going to take our chain. We're going to take another jump ring. Open it up, put our chain, attach the jump ring to the chain, and attach the chain to the loop. And close it up. And now we have our finished memory wire choker. What do you guys think? I really like this. I think it is very pretty. These beads, it looks very nice with the pendant. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. So here are the 3 chokers that I made so far. The 2 beautiful chokers I made previously and the beautiful choker I made today. And of course this one, you know, was using the 2 Jesse James bead packs that I got from Walmart. So all the items will be linked in the description box. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.